SMT Nation, we back. Nation, new rules to the CBRS spectrum would be huge. This would help a few big carriers. This would help some fixed wireless access providers as well. Anyways, I want to talk about that here in today's video. A link for the article from Monica will be down in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if it's your first time here, and turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, folks, for those of you that don't know what CBRS is, Citizens Broadband Radio Service, it's a particular set of licenses. Well, it's a frequency of wavelengths spectrum that hangs around the 3.5 gigahertz range. If that sounds familiar, it puts it real close to the DoD at 3.45, kind of sandwiched between that and the C-band at 3.7. The rules for CBRS are kind of unfortunate. It's good in that it allows different providers to get involved that normally wouldn't with commercial licenses. Provides unlicensed spectrum versions of CBRS, that can be freely used by anyone in the public. And then there's, the PALs, the private access licenses that the carriers like to use, like Verizon and Dish. They've got holdings there. And then you got like the Navy use, right? So you got the Department of Defense, kind of has the authority of it. Whenever they use in a particular area, their power stays up, everybody else gets powered down. It's less than ideal to a commercial network operator, right? But it has become an important piece of capacity for a company like Verizon. And with new rules potentially being put together, could change the effectiveness of the connection. So for example, we just saw recently in a video we did that CBRS was going to become more available on the in some new geographical areas. Fixed wireless access providers can obviously become in play in there, as well as the mobile network operators. Then they can get involved, right? So that was cool to see it in more places, reaching 72 million more people here in the U.S. But now potentially the FCC is reviewing the possibility, we think, that it's going to be about power levels, and if they can go ahead and increase those. Now, here's what's going to happen if they do that. The Verizon Band 48 utilization becomes more substantial. It's going to reach further if it gets more power. That means it's going to be more effective as an indoor connection. That'll mean it's going to be a more meaningful connection for range and distance. Not to say that it'll be, boosted enough to where it'll be like C-band. But, basically, when it's on a macro cell, you're basically getting 1 mile reach. Sometimes a little bit longer if it's rural, because the tower sites are higher and there's less obstructions and things of that nature. But that's pretty much it. And when it's on a small cell, it's a little bit more targeted, probably more like a third of a mile or something like that. Those things would likely double. I could definitely see the range really make a difference there. So I'm hoping that's what's happening here. The FCC is working with some organizations to, they're taking some open comments about the modification to the rules in the band. And if they can pull this off, and I think that would be huge, that would boost the value of Band 48 for Verizon. That would boost the value of Band 48 for Dish. Both of them hold those licenses there. Cable owns some. They're going to probably be more willing to build it if and when this does happen. So there's a lot of ifs. There's a lot of, possibilities here. But just based on the way things are going, I think the politics have been from Dish. And I think Verizon would like to see it as well, as to see that power, boost up. And it would make some pretty amazing improvements to the performance. For one, I'm in a market where Verizon builds CBRS to a substantial footprint. Basically, every tower site has it. Every small cell has it, for the most part. It's like 95% of small cells have it. And I would say about the same for the macros. It would be huge. All right. It would be meaningful for the Verizon network. And I haven't seen or tested Dish using it yet, but it would make their spectrum portfolio more valuable. So they would love to see it too. This would help so many people if the power got boosted in Band 48. And with it moving towards NR and 5G very soon, the aggregation with C-band and other frequencies like DoD whatever the case may be, N41. I just think about that potential. It would be huge, right? And I'm not sure what goes on, with respect to, uplink and downlink, but man, it would be massive. This would be huge. I'm really hoping to see some good news from this soon. As early, possibly, you know, maybe something could change this year. We shall see. I mean, these open comments last for a while, but we should get word here within several weeks, and probably not much longer than a couple of months of what can happen here. Your thoughts on this? How meaningful? Is it a big deal? Is it a small deal? You looking forward to it? What do you want to see happen with this? Well, the voice of the people, the SMT Nation, let your voice be heard.